Okay, we're live.
Being there at 9 o'clock, we will call our meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Bobbitt.
Here.
Wrong.
Here.
Hess.
Here.
We do have a quorum. Let's see. Max, I think it's your turn to lead us in prayer this morning.
Okay, thank you. Bow your heads. Dear Lord and Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, dear Lord. We thank you for all the blessings that you've bestowed upon us. We thank you for the rain that you've given us to replenish the earth. We thank you for the sunshine, the seed time, and the harvest. We ask you to bless each and every one of our constituents, bless our employees, keep them out of harm's way, and help them return home safely to their families. We ask you, dear Lord, to be with us as we make decisions that affect this county. We ask that you help us, guide us in our decision making. Be with our leaders of this country. Give them support and guidance and help them to make the decisions that will help us as a nation. We ask you, dear Lord, to bless each and every one of us in our prayers and our duties to you. We ask that you forgive us our sins and give us a home with thee. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please stand for the flag salute. And remember, we are one nation under God. No pause. Salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I acknowledge that the agenda was properly posted in accordance to the Open Meeting Act.
All right, thank you. Consider and act on the minutes from September 17, 2018.
And my apologies again for not getting those. I thought I had them done Friday and I forgot to send them
Well,
in.
let's see, if you got home at 1 o'clock, you had 4 hours to do that.
Yeah.
I actually had them done on Friday and I thought I'd emailed them out to you all and I didn't.
So you got, I
I
sent
didn't realize
mine
until
to you this morning.
Yes,
So
I
you
got your
okay,
corrections
you
and I got
mine.
Pat's corrections.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I didn't realize it till I got to the office this morning.
So you sent it to me.
Yeah.
I think you're like, oh, okay.
On the back page where it says employees retirement from county contributions 11.5% to 16.5%, is that correct?
Yes, I thought we were paying 10.5.
That's what I thought.
We were paying 11.5.
Oh, we are paying
We are
11.
paying 11.5. Yeah, it went up here a few years ago. I forgot about that.
Okay.
So yeah, that is. I forgot all about
Yeah,
that.
they sent us a sheet, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they
And
did.
we had to adjust that.
Yeah,
That's
I forgot
right.
about that. But Miss Alex is on her toes.
Yes,
and
yeah.
remind
We were
us.
talking and she goes, no, it's 11. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't
Yeah.
let them know that. Yeah. So.
But it's still 5% for our contribution. It's still 5%.
The change.
The
the
change. The
would
change
be-
will still be
yeah.
5%.
Okay, good enough. That's all I was questioning there. I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve the minutes from September 17, 2018 regular meeting. All in favor?
Bobbitt.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Comments from the public on the below agenda items.
I don't know if I need to mention now that there is something that came up on Friday on the building construction.
Okay,
Under new business.
Alrighty. So noted. Other than that, none. Item A, transfer of appropriations. Do we have any transfers?
Yes, and what this is for the judges and the workers. There's not. They have the new chart of
They don't
accounts
have
have
enough.
professional services.
They don't have enough in there.
So we took it
with
out
the
of
half.
full-time services. I left $23 in full-time services and then took $570 out of part-time services, totaling the judges and workers was $1,770.
Okay, so you need $1,200 because you already had $500.
No, Okay, this one here.
Oh, excuse me, there's two,
Yes,
I
there's
got
two,
you,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
So I took 12, we took 1,200 out of the full-time, they had a balance of 12,000.
You took 1,200 out of full-time salary.
Right, and I'm
then
sorry,
took-
and then-
and $15 out of M&O.
Oh, there should be another one for, I'm missing one. Okay, let me
Okay.
see if it's in my file.
Oh, that's the county clerk, yeah, that is them.
Yeah. If not, I can go print it out. Because there's one for 500. Oh, and I thought she came in and signed it. Maybe it's still laying on my desk. Let me buzz her and let me go real quick. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Oh, here it is right here. Oh, never mind. I just found it. Thank you. Okay, bye. I thought I had it.
Okay, so we have on the fair improvement, no, this is the county general fair board. We're moving $570 from part-time salaries to professional service to help pay for the judges, and they're moving $1,200 out of full-time salaries to professional service. Again, that's to cover the judges because of the new chart of accounts. Do we have a motion to approve those?
So
Oh,
moved.
and there's one more.
Oh, and
I'm
then,
sorry.
oh, excuse me, and then we have one from the county clerk from M&O, $15 to capital outlay for $15.
We bought a new computer for Alex and it was $15 more than, and so we lacked just a little bit.
So
Because we
moved.
only have 50% movement.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve the transfers, the 3 transfers as presented. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
yes.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Buzz, Robin, Gary.
Does she need to sign?
Sign it.
Hello, there's a PO in here that's in your signature. Can you come in the boardroom? All right, thank you. Bye.
Do we have a motion to review the payment of purchase orders and travel claims?
I so moved.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to review payment of purchase orders and travel claims. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
yes.
Aye.
All ayes, motion passed unanimously.
Cindy, you're on 3.
I think Pat's got it.
Oh, yeah. That was the last time I did.
Am I missing it, or does it say how much that is on there?
It says zero amount. Due. Zero.
Yeah. Did you see that? It doesn't say how much your room was.
I know it. They do that every time, and I tell them that we need it. And she was going to call. Alex was going to call. So I guess maybe she didn't.
I don't know.
She
Well,
thought it
we'll
might go
just-
through because there's no other.
Yeah, we can't, there's nothing to stand, I mean, I believe it's $93, but we can't pay it until we have something that says that, so.
Let me buzz her and see if she got anything in the email. I'll buzz her. She was able to get a hold of it. Hello, is Alex available? Hello, were you by chance able to get a hold of the Marriott Conference Center on Penny's thing where the summary of charges has a zero, shows zero? Okay, but there's not any other supporting. Yeah,
There is with Kelpro.
There's a Kelpro sheet, but there's nothing. So did they not give you an invoice or a detail that shows where they charged it and then took it off? Right. She said, and then she said she'd asked for you to call, or you were gonna call. Okay. Well, we'll just hold it till next week, because we'll have to. Okay, do you need the number? I've got it right here. 405-447-9000. And let's see, the group is 7661. Room was 2031-9718. All right. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Quick. Right there for now. can get a new one. I'll put
I didn't know how to just next time.
I need to get it updated in place.
When did she bring me coffee?
Oh, she snuck it when you were pregnant.
Oh,
She snuck it
my God.
She was
Pregnant
quiet,
coffee,
quiet.
you did it.
She was quiet as a church mouse,
Yeah,
wasn't
she
she?
was.
Well, she could have stopped and prayed with us.
Yes, she could have. See the stress coming along with this, and we'll she'll come in, I'll say, okay, I'm just really clear.
Should be your dream. Thank you.
Pull the split out down that crummy stuff in there.
Well, I mean, oh,
Yeah, it's
Naturally.
With tag on there.
okay, I've got a question. Can we pay an employee who gets wages this is City of Palm Creek on the ambulance. He's evidently an EMT or paramedic or something. But then they're also paying him $300 for contract labor to install some radios. And I already signed a PO for that before I saw this. For him to install the radio before I saw the ambulance payroll. It's got him right there.
It's, I know that the DA's talked to us about, the problem with someone serving as a reserve officer and then installing equipment. I mean, it's a big deal. I don't know. I'd say you need to pay his wages, but
Alright, can I just pull that PO out?
Yeah,
send it to Steve and send it up for Steve.
Well, and I would write through your name or put revoked or whatever beside your name or something, and then if we need to redo it.
Mark it out
Yeah,
and
mark
date
it
it
out.
today.
Yeah. Then I can do some checking on that.
Thank
I'll
you.
let you know what I find out, but I think you're right.
Well, I just don't want to get in trouble myself.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Benny.
Here's the additional documentation for her purchase order.
You're welcome.
You are too.
Thank you.
Do you want to sign or does it matter?
Hey, Christmas. $3,275 to reprogram the radios.
Yeah.
That's pretty expensive because Totalcom come up to Manchester and spent all day and we only spent $750. Well, listen, this isn't programming. They bought radios. Bought 11 of these radios at $325.
Yeah. Then they paid
Makes a little more
the other
sense.
guy $300 to install.
Okay, that's what it is. So that's not programming. That's
Put a sticky on there, make sure we get the one in inventory.
okay.
This one is for grease and see-through. I don't know what is see-through. See-through what?
See through the grease.
Oh. Is that glass clear or something? Wonder.
I suppose so. Yeah, see through. Yeah, that's what it is. Glass cleaner.
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
You all.
Good, how are you doing, Jeff?
Good, you?
Yeah, it's nice and cool. It's a good Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mind slowing have you sign the sheet of paper?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Did you get my text? Yes. I can tell you the number, but I
That's-
can't.
Okay, if
that
you give me
helps
the
a lot.
number, then I can, yeah.
I can't access it, but I emailed my guy who can. It's
Oh,
it's
okay.
SW35T.
I think that might have been the one I had pulled up.
Is it?
Pat.
It changed with the model year this year, and my old one I gave to somebody, and they called me back and they said that's for car seats.
Uh-huh.
I said, well, I was close. It's amazing what is on state contract.
Oh,
I know.
All the things you do, go down the list and see what's on it, from
Whenever I was,
bullet paper to, I mean, it's
when I was looking for it, I was looking through there and we were kind of laughing about some of the things that were on there.
it's crazy.
well, the DA still got that paperwork.
Oh, they do. Okay.
We will call him when we get to that point.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pull that up there, or I guess I can. If you guys have a little bit left, be just a minute if I run and go pull that state contract up.
Oh, no, we can probably, can have someone sit in your seat, but yeah, you
Yeah,
go do
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's-
you
yeah,
got
yeah,
plenty
we're
of
a little
time.
ways out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, can you come over for just a moment, please? All right, thank you, bye.
Sit down. Just go downstairs.
Are these ones are not, that we're asking for clarification on not doing something? No, this one isn't it? That's just one.
Yes.
Okay, that needs to go there for
Here's
oh.
Two or kick one. I was getting to be one. Got about that hot in the stadium seating in the fourth quarter down at OU Saturday.
That wasn't just the heat though.
Damn.
I wish that would have been on TV.
I actually paid for it, you could see it.
I never
I think
heard.
for a pay-per-view, somebody finally got their money's worth.
I
out of
think
one of
you're
those.
right.
They did.
You're probably
Because usually
right.
those are blowouts
Yeah.
and they're over in the first
Yeah.
quarter.
It was the first game that there's been exciting that, you know, in down and stuff for a long time. But I gotta tell you, right there at the last 2 minutes of the game, that was the loudest I've ever heard it in that stadium.
Wow.
Yeah.
Probably you were doing your fair share.
Well, I'm still not over it.
Now, I guess I have a hard time believing, I know, obviously I know it's factual, they said, oh, you had 2 offensive possessions in the second half.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
How's that even
Total
possible?
of 15 minutes for the game,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
40, they had it 44 minutes and something, and we had it 15.
Well, if you figured 3 yards per play
Yeah.
on Army's behalf, I mean, there's
Control.
over a minute.
Well, that
Almost
clock,
per play.
and you run like that, the clock's gonna keep, I mean,
Yeah.
OU's game was over, what, an hour and 20 minutes before OSU's?
Yeah.
Or something like
The
that.
overtime, they had already.
No, that
gone
game was over
over.
into the first quarter.
Well, that's true.
Well, and third quarter, the beginning of the fourth quarter is when, and they, OU already done it and played their overtime and they're done, and we were just starting. our-
Really?
Yeah, and an overtime. Yeah,
And
you're
the
right.
overtime,
Yeah.
and we were just starting our fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
it's crazy how,
Wow.
you know, that shows you running the ball versus
Oh, yeah.
everybody throwing the ball. I mean, I knew that was gonna be a 4.5 hour game, or
Oh,
5
yeah.
hour game. Knowing what Texas Tech does, but
Finally got to realize what it felt like when OU used to run the wishbone. It was 3 yards, a cloud of dust and 3 yards, a cloud of dust and 3 yards. It's not very fun sitting on the other side watching that.
Yeah, welcome to our world.
Yeah.
If the Tech team could play like that for all their games, they would be a team to be reckoned with.
and I think they're gonna be. I mean,
They're
it
gonna
may
be.
they're gonna. This may be the only thing that saves that young man's job,
Yeah,
because he's in the hot seat.
he is very much not.
Well, I don't know how you decided who to root for, Cindy.
Well, it was kind of bedlam in our house.
I'll bet it was.
I turned it off at halftime. I knew that OSU wasn't going to pull it out.
Well, you little
I
naysayer.
know. I've been an OSU fan too long.
Well, I don't know, they were talking that one time OSU was down 20 points going into the fourth quarter and they won it.
Mhm.
And I don't remember who that was. But
We had a little more talent on the field at that
Yeah.
point, though, than we got going for us this year.
Well, we had controversy. My cousin, Mark's retired airborne drill sergeant. And of course, he's an OU fan too. And his son is big OU. So they had a little bit of controversy of who to root for.
yeah. But OU was a classic. I understand they gave him a standing ovation when they left the field.
Oh,
OU did.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
I wanted to go to see that game, military, because I don't care what you say. Them gentlemen are fighting for their lives, you know, serving our country. I respect it.
Absolutely.
And that's the way it was in the crowd, you know, really.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know, my son didn't fight any wars, but he learned a lot when he was in the military. He's a much better person for it.
Discipline,
Mm-hmm.
honor others.
There's a lot more people, also kids in society today that need to go that route.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
There's not as much of that today as there was 15, 20 years ago that they're getting at home.
It was stuck for about a
When's Pond Creek actually gonna get somebody to challenge them? You got anybody on your schedule that's actually gonna push you a little bit?
Buffalo, and I think that's either next week or the week after.
Yeah, this week.
Balcony.
I saw their score the other night, fairly, they're way bad. This may be the worst team we played. I mean, other than Greenville, of course.
Well, let's get it over with.
And I'd say that on the record.
Balco used to be good too. Did they just?
Balco just, I think, that school's all, but I think Balco's almost turned into kind of like Billings. You know, I think it just exists fairly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, Balco used to have state championship basketball teams back in the day.
Yeah. Well, you know, when my boy played back there, when he played in the 8-man All-Star game over there, the kid that caught the pass that beat from Balco, that beat Waukeeta in the last 20 seconds of the game for the state championship, and he got to be friends with her at the All-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and we had one of our juniors, fastest kid on the team. He screwed up his knee on Friday on kickoff.
The season ending, or?
I think it's towards the end. He felt it pop. Kate Gillop is his name. It's Dwayne Nelson's grandson.
Okay. Where's he?
Where the nursing home, I heard.
Really? Heard he go fishing around Pond Creek still, or over at Alva, or where?
He bought the place just west of Pheasant Road. Golf course. Built the house up there.
Name I haven't heard in a long, couple of years.
His daughter, Kate, she's kind of selling some things.
Okay.
I guess you guys dispatched Kremlin or Timberlake.
Yeah, it was 50 to nothing.
Did you make it after half?
If we'd have made a 2-point conversion before halftime.
Oh, really?
You know,
Been done?
yeah.
How did Medford do?
Maybe got beat.
Got beat pretty good by Coyle.
But after
Or
the
Cole's got
game,
some players.
We
They-
scrimmaged.
Did you?
they had one of the Medford
kids pass out, I guess, at the very end of the game, and all of the Quail kids and all of the Medford kids gathered around him, and there's a picture on Facebook of them all praying.
Oh, man. Oh, that's good.
That was kind of neat.
We need to go to see me Friday night. That won't take long.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It'll take us longer to drive over there and go for a minute.
Oh, really? Chili, pretty good.
They're pretty salty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're top good. Well, my boy was saying that Tipton's not as good this year.
That's what I've heard. I've heard they're down a little bit.
Southwest Covenant.
That's, I was gonna say, that's the one I've heard.
They're
Pretty salty.
Southwest Covenant?
Remember that
No
Tulsa,
kidding.
that Tulsa school?
They, no,
No,
that's
Yukon.
Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where Dan Bailey went.
That's right. When they got him?
I can't.
He signed in Minnesota.
Do I?
He signed in Minnesota.
I knew somebody picked
Talking
him up.
about buying your extra points. Buy that guy, you got him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no doubt.
It don't matter how good you are, you can miss them.
Sure.
Ask Cypress.
Yeah.
That guy's auto. I mean, that
He
guy's
usually is.
You're down to the short rows, Cindy.
My son said, why in the world would you do that, to kick a field goal against Army? I said, Michael, I said, it's a pretty tough game. Points are hard to come by, and then he missed it.
I'll tell you what, I knew early in the game from a coaching standpoint on our deal over there Saturday night, knowing already what those guys were capable of doing, when our coaches decide to settle for field goals when you're 3rd and 5 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a great numbers guy, but I know you can't trade field goals for touchdowns. I mean, you got to go for it.
That don't work out, does it?
No, because you're going to settle for a field goal, they're just going to go down and score. I mean, it's going to be, that's the way that was going to be all night if we could have played with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd have been
Well,
about like that
Texas,
Houston game last week where they scored, what, I think the final score was 64 to 55 or something. I mean, they scored 100 points for the two of them.
how did their Texas Tech's defense look? I mean, they was talking about them
They're
being
salty.
improved.
They were very good.
I mean,
Very sound.
Well, I was surprised that
they didn't get rattled, I can tell you that. I mean, they didn't bite for a lot of stuff. They were
Yeah.
pretty fundamentally sound.
Yeah. That'll make them dangerous. West Virginia's sure not gonna be a pushover either.
No, they pretty much handled K-State without any
Yeah.
issues.
Yep. And I couldn't believe that Texas beat TC.
I kind of thought Texas was going to be one of those teams that was going to be just kind of middle of the road team this year, but I think
Yeah.
they're going to play a little bit.
Yeah, after they got waxed first.
Oh, I know, Maryland beat them 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I almost called you Saturday night. Well, when we missed the field goal, or no, when they botched the punt return. I told Jamie, I said, let's go. And when we were walking out of the stadium, I almost called you to see if you were on your way home yet.
What time was that? Or what, in the game? Where was
It was
that?
still in the third quarter. I would say midway.
As the fourth quarter was just, it was right at the end of the third, beginning of the fourth. I was gone.
Yeah.
I never went back out after halftime.
There was no reason to.
I stayed there on the couch with about 3 others, and we just watched it on TV for a while. And after a little bit, I said, "You know, my pickup's only about 30 steps from this office." I said, "I think I'm just going to walk right on down there and get in and beat the crowd out." And I didn't have I mean, it was straight out of town, never stopped once. And if you stay towards the end, it takes an hour to get out of town.
Well, and that was the thing. It was well after the game was over with by the time we got everything loaded up and out of there. But the traffic was nothing, just because everybody was mad and they left.
Oh yeah. yeah, I don't think there was gonna be a lot of people standing around
Yeah.
hashing things out.
Well, we had some friends that were tech grads over at our tailgate, and of course they wanted to stay on the end. I don't blame them.
Anybody wanna buy a third of a chipper? Seems like I got repairs, and I've never used it one time, not once.
Sounds to me like a good job by the other two commissioners getting to chip in.
And that's what Jerry Schaefer does for me and Max Hess. Get me in on good deals.
Good salesman.
One of these days you'll want to use it.
Speaking of Oklahoma State, Cindy, I found out the other day that my daughter is in your daughter's class.
Oh, yeah, oh, really? Huh?
Yeah.
Dr. Inman, huh?
Yeah.
She says she's really got some good students.
What is she teaching?
Oh, it's in ag communication. I'm not sure.
It's an ag
Yeah, I
communication
don't
class
know.
that she's
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
I don't know which. She's got a couple of different ones that she's
Okay.
teaching on.
How long has she been doing that?
Well, she's full time. She's now full time doing that. She does work still some for the extension, but before that, she was doing all of the extension work, like the sun up. She did the editing and all of that. But this year is full time. Although she's always teach night classes, but now she's
Okay.
full time.
So she was working for the Payne County Extension?
No,
before
she
that?
worked for OSU. There,
Oh,
she
okay.
worked for OSU, but like sun up, she did all the editing
Oh,
and
okay.
editing on lots of things that came out of OSU. She edited everything.
So where do they live over by Mulhall or out west of Stillwater or
Yes,
something
right
like that?
on,
Okay.
right on 80, on Highway 51.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You come up on top of that hill at Bermuda Farms. There's a big sign right there. It's about 4 or 5 miles off of the interstate. Take that jog around the railroad track instead of going to Mulhall or Orlando. You keep going on 51. And I don't know if it's
Oh,
44.
you're talking west?
Yeah, west. Excuse me.
West of 35.
Yeah, west.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't get to print first. I found it, I just couldn't get to print.
Yeah, we'll get to that point. We might call in soon.
When you get a chance, I'll tell you, I talked to Buddy about that.
What's that?
On this, on Buddy's payment.
No.
And he's saying, instead of me just charging you all up front, I want it each month. And so,
Yeah, we've been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right, but
Yeah.
did we do?
That's September. We gotta wait till
So you're
September's
waiting
over. Yeah, and you gotta
Well,
pay
and
the
that's what
first of the
he's saying. He
month.
said, it doesn't matter because you've already, he said it's no different. Because I told him, he asked me about it, and I said, well, we have to wait till September's through. He said, no, it doesn't matter because it's rather than me just billing you all up front, I'm asking you to pay it out.
Yeah, but
I've
we've always
already-
paid him after the fact, after
Yeah.
the budget was done.
Okay.
So
Oh, I see what
we've
you're
always
saying.
paid it after the budget
So,
was done, but the 100%.
As
So
long as we get one
yeah, I
in
was
every
gonna say,
month.
Every
yeah,
month.
once we get the
So, like,
budget
we'll run it through next
completed,
week
yeah.
and then-
Once
okay.
the budget's completed.
Then,
probably
okay,
not
gotcha.
Such a big deal.
Okay.
I'll move
that
to
makes
approve purchase
Second.
orders and travel claims.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve payment of purchase orders and travel claims. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Blankets.
I make a motion to approve blankets.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve blanket purchase orders. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Consider impossible action on bid received for bid 21-2018 for Bridge 192. After reviewing the bids, I had the two bids, one from Dietz for $28,110 with $50 a foot for pile driving, and one from Railroad Yard for $32,500 for $20 a foot for pile driving. I would make a motion to accept the Dietz for the $28,110. We have never in my district gone over 40 foot on pile drivings.
Second.
Bobbit moved. Ronk seconded to accept the bid 22-2018 from Dietz Welding at $28,110. And then if it is over 40 feet, for $50 a foot. All
So
in favor?
Before
Okay.
so we skipped over D and went straight to E. You said
We're on D.
You
21.
said-
Oh,
you
did
said,
I say?
You said 22.
Excuse me, 21. I
Oh, okay.
apologize. 21-2018.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah.
21
Okay, sorry.
Well, glad you noted that. Yes.
Okay, Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. On 22-2018, the bid was from Dietz Welding, $31,000, and then $50 a foot for over 40. And the bid from Railroad Yard was $32,500 with 20 over. And again, we've never gone over beyond the 40,000, so I would move to accept from Dietz the bid for $31,000.
I'll second that.
Bobbit moved. Hess seconded to accept bid 22-2018 from Dietz Construction for $31,000 and $50 a foot if it's over 40 foot on pile driving. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Item F is bid 24-2018, sale of one or more 2015 Max D3.
I move to approve Dollar Trucking's bid of $69,000.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve dollar bid for $69,000 for bid 24-2018 on the sale of a Mack truck. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Next one.
I move to approve Dollar Trucking's bid of $68,500.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to accept the bid from Dollar Trucking for $68,500 for bid 25-2018 for one Mack truck. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Item H.
I move to approve accept Dollar Trucking's bid of $69,500.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to accept Dollar Trucking for $69,500 for bid 26-2018 Mack truck. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Lease purchase agreement 2019 Mack truck ending 3539.
This is Steven.
Hi, Stephen. This is Pat Ronk down here in the boardroom. We're in our meeting. Would you happen to have those lease purchase agreements on those 5 trucks yet?
I'm in the middle of an interview right now, and I don't believe I've got those done. I can get those to you by the end of the day.
Okay, well, we'll just put it on next week's agenda.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry.
I move to table items I through, let's see where we at. M. Till next week.
Second.
Ronk moves, Hess seconds to table item I through M, the lease purchase of 5 Mack trucks till next week, pending the ADA's advice approval. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Wrong,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Well, good news is you got to come out and talk football.
Got away from the office anyway.
I got away from that Monday conference call again.
Oh, yeah, that's what you said, you never-
Now I just get one next week.
There you go.
No, I get 3 weeks in a row.
Now,
All
there's
pass.
something here, we can get 2 in a row, you know? Hey.
All right. Item N,
I'll see it all next week.
Thank
And I'm
you.
heading to your yard now. I
Okay.
got guys coming up, so,
With how many?
well, 2 initially, and then I'll have the other 3 this afternoon.
Awesome.
So,
declaration of,
Thank you.
thank you,
see ya.
declaration to surplus 2018-119, a 7 laser printer, serial number Q0368901581 from the county clerk's office. Have a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the surplus.
I'll second that.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve the declaration of surplus of 2018-119 7 laser printer from the county clerk's office, serial number 03689011581. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Let it note that the printer was purchased January of 2007 for $799.
You got your information off of O, didn't you?
Yeah, item O, resolution to dispose. The printer was transferred, you need to say transferred to District 1, and then
Oh,
he
okay.
puts it on his, and then we go on to his inventory. So you need to make sure that's goes through. Okay, so we have a transfer of that 7 printer to District 1. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Excuse me, I need a motion. Excuse me, I need a motion.
I so move.
Second.
Ronk moved, has seconded to approve the disposing of equipment 2018-120 of the Savage printer to D1 shop. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
And I'll have to have Donna put that on our.
Right. We have a declaration of surplus 2018-121 copier V62065DON117608 from the treasurer's office. It was purchased for $179.99 and no purchaser. We need a motion to surplus.
I so move.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to surplus the copier from the treasurer's office, copier V62065DON117608 for $179.99. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. We have a motion to,
Dispose.
no, that is not in my district shop.
It's not?
No, it is not. We brought, I said no printers, nothing, we brought it all back. It might be out here, but we brought everything back. We only
Take it upstairs then?
No,
to
we
the
just,
attic?
no, it was brought, I think Scott picked it up, I don't know where it is, I don't have it.
You didn't tell me you picked it up.
We don't have it, we don't have it, so, I'm not gonna sign off on that one.
Well, I don't blame you, but the last I heard it was gonna be shrunk wrapped and taken to District 2, so I didn't know anything different.
I don't think it ever came, I don't know that it ever came there because when we was picking stuff up, we were only taking materials that we're gonna shred. We said no computers, no nothing.
Okay.
So where it is, I don't know.
I didn't get that memo, sorry.
Yeah, so that one, no action.
On the disposing.
Yeah, because I don't have it. It says it's gone to my shop and it's not.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll figure that one out and bring it back to you.
Declaration of surplus 2018-123 file cabinets, and a monitor and a laser printer for the election board. Motion to surplus.
So moved.
Second.
Ronk moved, has seconded to surplus 2018-123 file cabinets, a monitor and a laser printer for the election board. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
wrong,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously.
I got a question going back to that. This is actually a non-reportable because it's less than $600, so do we need to go through the meeting on it?
If it was on inventory, because at one time it
It's
was
on a non-reportable inventory because the auditors don't require inventory on anything less than $600.
prior, a certain time it was 150, and then they raised it to 250, and And I think, you know, so if it was under that timeline when it was, so yeah, if it was on ever on your inventory, it has to go through that. So,
Where was yours, Cindy? Can I see what yours looks like?
resolution of disposing of equipment file cabinet. Let's see, we can do all. STU, resolution to dispose of file cabinet inventory 22-102.1 or .3, 22-104.4, 2018.04, and 2018.02. I hope we can do that all in one motion.
So moved.
Second.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to dispose of equipment. The file cabinet is junked. It was 22-104.4, 22-104.3. And then we have an Omniplex 3020 monitor, inventory 2018-04, which was junked. And we have an HP laser printer, inventory 2018.02 that was junked. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Road crossing permits, do we have any of those?
Hang on,
Oh,
there may be one.
okay.
Let me ask
Okay.
Hess here. They forgot to initial sign.
None.
Yeah, I have the.
Okay, none. Item W, indigent monument and memorial. Yes, I keep thinking I've got to get a move on that, so I have not done anything else on it, so I will try to get on that. Item X,
Oh.
indigent.
I'm sorry, on X, it's like, oh yeah, I typed that up and I sent it to Sarah, so we haven't got it back. So, I mean, do I need, they're just wanting a letter, stating that we
I think
authorize. I've heard.
I think we did that
We
before.
did,
Yeah.
yeah.
With that down in Oklahoma City, that cremation.
Yeah, and I think it was the Stevens sent it before, but did you copy the letter? I can't remember. You
I've
typed
got it.
something
You don't
about.
have a copy of it.
Yeah,
So-
was Stephen okay with it? I mean, did he say yay or nay
didn't
or
say yay or
anything?
nay, yeah.
It was just a copy of what we done before, isn't it?
Yeah.
So can we approve it subject to the approval of the district attorney, and that way if she gets him to sign it today, we can get it sent, because it's sitting there I mean,
Yeah,
it's timing. It's costing. If we don't
Right.
get it done, we need to make a decision on
I
that.
make a motion to approve contingent that Stephen signs off on it.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to approve the letter from Board of County Commissioners to the state medical examiner to waive the $200 permit fee each, subject to the approval of ADA. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. So you should have 2 letters for us to sign.
Oh, I'll have to go get it, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
We can, okay.
don't let
I
them
won't,
forget.
I won't let y'all get out of the building.
You want to take, we can take 5 minute recess.
I make a motion to recess.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to take a brief recess. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Wrong.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Please in recess.
At,
Rule 7.
10:07.
Okay, we're back live.
It is 10:16. Do we have a motion to come out of recess and back into
I so
session?
move.
Second.
Hess moved, Ronk seconded to, at 10:16 to come out of recess and back into session. All in favor?
Bobbit,
Aye.
Ronk,
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes. Motion carried unanimously. Oh, I guess we should have taken those
Oh.
over to Alex. The indigent citizen letters. Okay, here's what we've got. To whom it may concern, the Grant County Board of Commissioners is requesting consideration of waiving the $200 permit fee for deceased indigent person James Smith Jr., who passed away September 10th, 2018. If you have any questions or need additional information, feel free to call the Commissioner's office or the clerk's office. And then we have one for indigent person Anthony Palmer, who passed away September 14th. And we've already, let's see, we've already motioned on
Did we?
Subject to the approval.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Max did it. All right.
Yeah, so we'll just go ahead
And just FYI, it was relayed to me that by Spenceworth that the
nursing home.
nursing home is going to pay for the cremation part, so the
Right.
county should not be out any funds. However, one of the indigents, they would like us to
Take possession
take
of
possession.
it and to
Yes.
place in
Mhm.
internment.
Yes.
And one of the family is going to do that.
Do you want me to
Let
make
that- yes,
note of that?
Please put that in the minutes,
Okay.
that the nursing home is picking up the cost of cremations and that the family will be picking up the remains of one and the other one is requested to have the county take possession of for internment. All righty. Item one, do you want to call Alex? Or did you?
Yes, I can. I
Call
can.
her real quick.
Hello, POs are ready. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, item Y, Waukeeta Fire Department Building Project. Oh, excuse me. No, that's, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Jim
why?
McKee invoice 2A for $26,351 and Jody Evans invoice 1 for $15,8106. So what we.
So on the first invoice that I got and sent to you all, it had a $300 change or whatever.
Change order?
But then whenever I asked them about it, they didn't know what it was, so they redid the invoice and took it off.
Okay.
So
what we have here is invoice, I see
invoice number 2 and then invoice number 2 as well for Jody Evans.
So we have a 2A and you have
I'm
invoice
sorry.
2A and an invoice 1. Okay.
Which I guess I just kind of called that 2A since it was the second invoice, that first.
The first one
Oh,
is 2A.
since they took that
Since they
$300
took the $300 off.
Okay.
So do you want me to label that as 2A or do you want me just to leave it? I mean,
Well, one of them needs to be 2A and one needs to be 2.
so I would say this one, the one that I just
the
gave you a
invoice
copy.
2A, yeah, and just let the record show that invoice 2 was submitted, but then they recalled it and they
Okay.
replaced it with 2A,
Okay.
just to keep our records straight.
Okay.
And then, so this is according to the contract, the bids, right?
Mhm.
This is, and Jody Evans has signed off for the Waukeeta Fire Department to pay Jim McKee the $26,351, okay? The next invoice is,
It's from Jody himself.
okay, and George Barwick signed off on it to pay Jody for another 6% on that invoice for $26,351. Okay, I follow through now.
Yeah, and probably I'll put on the agenda, it was just a typo on that invoice 1 instead of invoice 2.
Oh.
Jody Evans.
Yes, that's an invoice
Yes,
too.
yes,
Yeah, I
thank
like that
you.
note. Yeah, good catch, Pat. Okay, got
Oh, I so moved to approve both invoices.
it. Okay.
I will second that.
Ronk moved, Hess seconded to approve invoice 2A for Jim McKee for $26,351 and invoice 2 for Jody Evans for $1,581.06. All in favor?
Bobbit.
Aye.
Ronk.
Aye.
Hess.
Aye.
All ayes, motion carried unanimously. Then review of Grant County, I talked to Buddy on Friday. He was getting all the final numbers and he was supposed to email it to me, and I have not received it. I emailed him yesterday asking about it and followed up. Haven't heard anything. I saw when I went out to take a break that he had tried calling me. I have not listened to the email or the voicemail, but I did have an email from him that said that he did email it to me, but I did not get it. I've gone through my trash and everything, so I've asked him to resend it, and let's see if I've received it yet. And I have not. So all I can tell you is I did send an email out to everybody this morning. When I did talk to Buddy, he said that we put in all the numbers as the budget was. We lowered the building fund, the renovation deal. He said it still doesn't balance out. We have nothing left in our contingency. We had gone through there and we was looking, the 5% retirement that we are going to pay, the raises and longevity and the FICA, all of that we're paying, investing in our employees is $150,000 more than last year. So with that, I think we're going to have to look at our M&O and our capital outlay. Cindy, I need to get with you and look at our benefits again. We may have to look at maybe not doing what we want to on the courthouse or the sheriff's office, but then we're going to have to lower our numbers. So I've sent an email, and I haven't heard back from any officers whether they're willing to cut their M&Os or their capital outlays or anything. So we'll go from there. And I know we wanted to get it to the excise board meeting by Monday. I don't know if you guys would feel good if I tried to call a meeting with officers to review that and try to come up with something.
We can. We're going to have to be careful. I'm going to be in Oklahoma City Tuesday afternoon from noon on.
Well, yeah, we couldn't post it tomorrow. Oh, for the whole week?
Well, no, I'll be there till Thursday.
Okay.
And then I'm coming back, and then I got a NOTA meeting at noon Thursday.
So you're pretty much out until Friday.
I am, and Friday I've got a funeral.
Got a funeral, okay. Okay. So, all right. Well, we'll see what we get back from Buddy and Pat. I'll reach out to Wednesday. I know Wednesday I've got my legislative meeting Wednesday and the ACO board meeting. So Thursday will be our list. Okay.
Are we doing anything on the budget?
No, that's what we just discussed, and I haven't got anything back from Buddy yet. So did you get my email?
I did.
Yeah. So we'll have to see where we're at. Reach out to them, ask if anybody can, do something. That's where we're at. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right. We are down to new business.
Okay. Worked all weekend.
Did Scott tell you that we need license law?
So we do have some unexpected business. Just we need to talk to the DA or whatever we can. Some things came up
Yeah, we see something for next week.
I guess I'll let Larry kind of do the talking as far. Do you want me to buzz the DA or what?
Yeah, see if he's available. I know we can discuss it.
Yeah.
Monday.
Stephen, this is Cindy Bobbitt. We're in our meeting. Are you available to come down? We're on some new business.
How was
We
your
need
weekend?
some guidelines on that, or are you still in?
I can for just a minute. I'm pretty close today, but I can.
Okay.
For just a minute.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I think I gave you all the talk. I snuck it in. I can get them. There you go.
Oh, gotcha.
Cindy.
Oh, they're right over there.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. How are you?
It's Monday.
It is Monday.
I kind of made a copy for you of what I gave to them.
Okay. Are you ready for me?
wait for the deal.
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay.
Well, he can go ahead and.
Yeah, you can tell us what
You
you
can tell us, yeah, we just don't know if we can act, we're asking. him to-
Well,
Yeah, we don't know if we can act on it.
looking ahead to phase 2, you know, ultimately all the ceilings are going to be redone. The tiles, the existing tiles are old. We cannot match them. Thank goodness. I never did like them. You got these 3 samples to go over, and I told him to give us samples equivalent money cost. One of these is equivalent or an exact trade-off, and the other 2 would be an upcharge. And I just found that out last week. Find a number here, and I can let you know. Fine Fisher. Okay. This is, that's in the budget. That's to replace the tiles that we can't replace. You had 2 style before. One was vertical, one was horizontal. So that, now these, he gave me a per tile 2x4 cost. I said I need a total cost for phase 1. I haven't received that yet. Looking ahead again, we're going with contractors 2x4 ceiling is what you have. There's been discussion of making it 2x2 in the end. It can be done at 2-foot T's in between. It can be done at phase 2. The plan right now is to go forward with phase 1, put 2x4 tiles in the new ceilings that we're replacing now. These could be cut down to 2x2 if we want to go 2x2 in phase 2. Now, I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I'm not a big fan of 2x4. They sag over time. They're just, a 2x2 just looks a million times better in my opinion. I know in phase 2 there was discussion of, okay, if we're going to replace the ceilings in phase 2, the remainder ceilings of the ceilings, then we need to decide now. We need to take that into consideration. We don't want to do something on the ceiling and then turn around and change it totally in phase 2. It doesn't make sense cost-wise. When we do phase 2 work, the ceiling tiles, the new ceiling tiles that go up will have to come out. There'll be a lot of above ceiling work in phase 2. So any tiles we put in now in phase 1 will come out. They'll go back, but they'll come out.
Well, so it's not gonna save you any labor, go ahead and upgrade them now, you might as well wait till phase 2 to upgrade.
Well, to upgrade.
To the 2x4,
Yes, we want to stay with 2x4 now because it's easier to work in the grid as 2x4 in phase 2. When we pull the ceilings down, it'll be easier to get up and do our work in a 2x4 hole versus a 2x2. So if we want to do 2x2, ultimately, then we'll do that towards the end at that point.
And he said they can just cut those 2x4.
Either one of these tiles we've done it before. We just cut them in half for not much labor. I mean, we got to remove the tiles anyway while they're in storage. Now, our plan was to store them on a Connex or something inside. I know that will be a budget issue for phase 2, but we need to take any new tiles with any new ceiling. The grid can stay up, but the tiles will have to be removed in phase 2. There was talk, well, maybe we don't put the tiles up in phase 1 right now, but I recommend that we go ahead and do it for minimal labor. I don't want to leave these. We could be 4 or 5 months before we start phase 2, and I don't want to leave the ceilings open. I would hope you guys would agree.
Yeah, I think noise.
Yes, if it was going to be a month, but it's going to be 4 months minimum, probably 5, would be my guess.
So right now we bid on these. I mean, this doesn't cost us anything to put these.
That is correct. That's right. That's a swap out as is.
Okay.
And I personally think if I was making the decision, I would go 2x2 and then just cut those in half. I think you get a good looking ceiling and be happy with it.
So we could go ahead, no cost right now, cut those in, and then when we take the ceiling down, cut them in half.
Yes, and then we would use that same tile when we do the additional ceilings that aren't being addressed right now.
That works. I think that's a good plan.
Anyway, I've got grid up on the 3rd floor, so I'm needing a decision on the tile. If you guys are good with that.
Okay. I thought our little working group was making those. I thought you guys were doing it.
I mean,
well, now, I don't have a total phase 1 price upcharge on these. If you guys want to wait, I can get that. This is a tegular tile. This is more of a three-dimensional tile. Any one of these can be cut down, even this one. Right now, you get the, and this is a 2x4. You get the look of a 2x2 right now. If we did go with this and went with 2x2, then we cut this down.
So
the
this
middle.
is the same tile, it just has.
Just,
an
it's
addition.
called a tegular. See, this will drop down. You'll get this reveal all the way around. And he's telling me
It'll
per
come down
tile.
lower than
Yes, it sets down. It drops down into the grid, and the grid.
It's the
Yes,
same.
this would ride on the grid. Where this is just flush with the grid.
Alright.
You get
It
this
just gives you a little
three-dimensional.
more,
It's a classier look. Now he's telling me that I don't have a square footage price, but per tile, 2x4 tile, that's $1 more.
So
And
how
it-
many
it does-
square foot do we have?
oh, I had that.
That's what
I
we
had
got.
carpet.
I was
had
waiting- I was-
carpet.
$5,000.
Yeah, I mean we're talking.
I'm going.
Yeah, for just the ceilings and again, and then you have the option to go 2x2 in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
we'll visit on that.
Okay. PR 19, and I'm just going to give you guys a description of what's going on with these and why it's needed. There were 2 louvers, fresh air ventilation louvers, on the 3rd floor, one above the courthouse and one right around the corner. We were hoping that they were individual louvers. When we replaced the windows, we were just going to paint them and put them back. They weren't. They were part of the window. They were incorporated, built in. So we need louvers to replace what was there. And that's this is the email that you got from Cindy. The lead time on those could be extensive. I need them as soon as possible. So this was new business item.
That was kind of the.
It didn't make it on the original agenda. But you do have the PR, right, Cindy?
Yes, we
The actual PR, you guys do that? Okay.
19.
And then-
PR 19 and PR 21.
Yeah, PR 21, I don't know why there wasn't a light addressed in the original drawings for the new vestibule on the north side. It looks like he's recommending 4 can lights. And then a recept. I know that we talked to Scott Falkenberg and he really wanted a receptacle out there for a heater or for anything he needed to do that required power.
Smart.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm not a big fan of can lights anymore. It seems like they just don't, they go out all the time and they're hard.
I recommended a single light fixture in the middle and this is what he came back with. Yeah.
Can lights are just,
Yeah.
they don't last. They're
get too
light-
hot.
They get
You-
too
well,
hot.
and here's, out there, you don't need 4 light fixtures. I mean, one central, your glass, you see the openings on that's a lot of glass. You have the roof. Before you had the solarium, so you had light coming in, obviously, through the glass ceiling. But if we want to go a different route on the fixture, then we'll just revisit it and I'll talk to Jim about it. Here, can we recommend, this is all we need. Can we right now I need the rough end done, the rough end work. If we can approve a light fixture, then I can have the electrical work done.
I would be for that.
Yes,
I just-
the electrical roughing for the receptacle and the light.
Yeah.
If we can approve that, then I can get the rough end done, and then we can choose a fixture or whatever from there. Okay.
So we don't have so PR 19 we know is going to cost $2,054. PR 21 we don't know what that cost is going to be. Is that correct?
Yes, because obviously the fixture would change, I'm sure.
I mean, I don't know what kind of fixture your option would be, because it is a low ceiling. You don't
Yes.
need something hanging down.
Well, we
out
could
of
do
it.
we could do a 2x4 or two. We can do a 2x2 lay-in.
Yeah.
Now I know that more than likely in phase 2 you're going to get LEDs. I mean,
Yeah.
the LED costs have come way down, and it just makes sense to do it. I know
Yeah.
preliminary talks with Jim. He's going to go that route if it's in the budget.
Well, if we're going to do that inside, we might as well.
Yes,
do an LED
I would
out there.
recommend a 2x2 LED right in the center.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense than those can
Yes,
lights.
yes, and I'm sorry, that's a hard ceiling. That's a drywall ceiling. We'll have to do some type of surface mount, but it'll be low profile.
Okay.
But LED 2x2. So I'll run that by Jim.
Okay, we need Stephen Young to
Can-
come tell us if we can take action on it. We can always discuss new business, but there's been discussion whether you can act on new business, so we're gonna need him to tell us whether we can act on this.
This would be on the louver.
The louver. 'Cause
Yes.
that's what you need a decision on today, right?
Yes.
Because as far as the
yes.
tiles, our committee
Yeah.
work can make that decision.
Well, I just need to get, you know,
Yeah,
I need-
yeah,
So
Yes.
you and I'll,
Yes.
we'll
You,
sit down real quick and,
Scott
yeah.
Falkenberg and you and them sit
Okay.
down,
Yeah.
our committee that does
We
that,
can
and
do
they
that
can
right
make
after
that
the meeting.
decision.
Okay.
And,
I think, I had PR20 written down. That's what I asked you. You hadn't received anything
No,
on that
I
yet.
haven't got
Jim, I
anything
think,
from
with
Jim on
that.
one.
So we'll have to do that next time.
So you're gonna bring us back a revised deal on 21 for single
Yes,
fixture?
yes, yes.
We can approve it contingent, to put the electrical outlet and the
Please.
light in.
We'll rough it out.
Yeah, get the rough-in work completed.
Rough and work.
I will, you don't have PR20, but I'll go over it. We're having a leak at the south entrance. We've slowed down the leak at the north entrance. We thought we'd fixed it. We've got a slow leak. I think I know what it is. I think it's over the capstone on each entrance. The PR will consist of a roof coating membrane over the stone in the same type of color of the stone. And then the north side is going to be a combination of redoing some mortar joints and some joint sealant. But I'm confident, I'm pretty confident that this will fix. I know the south leak is bad. It's really bad. And,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've got them taking photos of the joint and there's open,
yeah, we're putting buckets under it.
yes.
when it rains,
So
yes.
I'm confident that this will, but we don't have the pricing, I believe, is what we're waiting on PR20, so we'll do that next time.
Stephen, after the agenda was posted on Friday, our contractor came in and had some items that they need to make a decision on, because if we don't make a decision, then it's going to slow the project down, cost more. So I know under new business we can always discuss new business. My question is, can we act on new business?
I mean, this is an ongoing project that you're aware of. Unless it's an emergency, I think you need to post it on the agenda for next week and discuss it under business next week.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Okay.
Or if you wind up having a
Or if
special.
we might have a special meeting.
Yeah, I mean, if it's an emergency, you need to call an emergency meeting.
Well,
to address it.
a non-emergency, just a special when the 48-hour posting type deal, which would be on Thursday maybe. We're gonna throw it around, but the tile and the committee can make those decisions.
On the tile, yes.
The committee can make that decision.
So a special meeting would, at the earliest, would be Thursday?
Probably.
Okay, well then, it's not that dire, so as far as the louver, the
Okay.
PR19,
Yeah.
it can be approved Monday.
Okay.
Be all right.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
we'll put it on Monday
Okay,
then.
yes.
Okay.
And then we'll have PR20 to you by then, so we can,
So go ahead, Cindy, and put PR 19, 20, and 21, put all of those on there. If you ever have something in the works you think might be, we can always table it or no action.
well, we
or-
found out that Jim
Yeah.
was going on vacation this week, so I started making a list of things that I want,
Yeah.
and I realized that these hadn't made it, so.
Okay, got you. I got you.
Now, he is on vacation this week, so
Okay,
I hope somebody in his office can get me PR20, so.
okay, sounds good. All right,
Okay.
thank you. That's
All right,
it.
you're welcome.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Steve.
Okay. Alrighty. Oh, hey, and I've got a question
Yes,
for
ma'am.
you. We've had two purchase orders come through here. One was today for $170 that we had to pay to our utility, because when the people were working on the air conditioning in the county clerk's office, they didn't turn the valves on, so the air conditioner didn't work, and we didn't know what was wrong. So we had to call in and get that repaired, and they said, well, it's because the valves weren't turned back on after they shut them off to work on them. So we've got that bill we'd like to send back for reimbursement, and the other bill was like
Well, the elevator, but then I talked to Scott on the elevator, and he said they also service the elevator, and so the majority of that cost, so I need to find out how much
we need to
really.
split that.
There was a piece
Yeah,
of
when he was working on something
material.
that hit our elevator and
Piece of
it
copper
cost
or
it
something.
kept it from working, and we had to make an emergency.
Yeah, I was here that day when, at the end of the day, when I got stuck in the elevator.
It was your
Now-
guys on the
No,
elevator.
it wasn't
or
my
some-
guys, it was
no,
the
no,
roofing
that's right, you're right. It was
contractor.
contractors, that's right.
Yeah, I talked to Scott about the unit issue, and I wish he had come to me first, because that's the first thing I would have checked was the valves. But regardless, I will
think
look
it's
into
like
that.
$170.
Well, yeah, they should have turned the valves on. So let me work on that. I think we can
Yeah,
take
both
care of that.
those things.
Yes.
Okay.
Now the elevator, you know, they're doing construction on the roof. They're nailing. They go something old or deteriorated, whatever the case was, falls on the elevator. I don't know that I can argue that. I don't know how far I'll get with that. Is what I'm saying. Quite honestly, you know. Now, Cindy, you mentioned something about looking into the servicing of the elevator while I was here. I'll need.
Yeah, I'll get some
Whatever's left,
documentation
yes,
about
yes.
it and see what.
I'll try.
I haven't checked.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know how far.
I mean, I talked
Yeah.
to Scott.
I mean, it was
will.
all labor. There was, obviously there was something on there, and I can't remember. It was astronomical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like $1,000.
Yeah, it was over $1,000, because it was an after-hour type deal
Yeah.
or something, and it was. I might be wrong, but it was.
Yeah, the elevator was after. Now I know the gentleman didn't show up till the next day during
Okay.
business hours,
Okay.
but yeah,
Oh, the
it was.
emergency call. I don't know the way that you
Right.
look at the bill.
Yeah.
Just look at the bill.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
amazing.
like to, please.
So yeah, we can do. Yeah. So. Okay.
Yes, I'll look into that.
Okay.
Like I said, I think this one for sure. We'll see on the elevator.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's all we got on the new business. Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And I holler at you when I get that.
Okay. I'm gonna leave these right here then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be done here in just
All right.
a little bit.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Next one you
Do
got.
we have a total on where we stand with the fairgrounds on what we owe yet?
Yeah, I made up a spreadsheet and sent that to you a couple weeks ago probably, but I can
Yeah,
get
when
it back
we,
out.
when we
Get it
was,
again,
when we were
uh,
paying that 24,000, she had a deal on there.
Yes, well, Phil stopped me in the road this morning and told me about the fair and everybody liked the building and that they've got a lot of interest in renting the fairgrounds, which is fantastic. But he also said that they've got a bucket list of things that need to be corrected.
Yeah, and I'm meeting Crossley Construction, 11 o'clock Wednesday morning.
Okay,
There.
Wednesday, they're gonna be up there at 10 o'clock
Okay.
at the fairgrounds.
It
And
was a secret meeting.
2 or 3 members are there and they would, and Pat, I appreciate you going because they'd like one of the commissioners to be
Yeah,
there.
I've got my legislative.
And I'm
You
gonna
got
be in
your
Oklahoma
CD,
City
you got your
too,
CD.
so, but they're claiming that we owe them $120,000 yet.
No, here's what if I
Okay.
They
may.
probably have to go to check.
They haven't got the check yet because we have to wait to appropriate,
No, of course.
a portion at the end of the month. So we have the check ready for 124,000.
It was written for a negative amount. We can't do that.
Yeah, the excise board's got to move, because we wrote the check, and then we gotta wait for the
Excise board has to-
no, you
Approve the
have to do that,
apportionment.
yeah.
But you
Yeah.
know, we could have an emergency meeting if we need to.
Yeah,
do
we
that.
can.
Let's see.
You contacted.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna be able to get a quorum, so it's like, yeah.
Well,
So, I mean, it's
Pat,
next
you'll know
week.
that to
Yeah.
tell them. But that
Monday.
was what they threw back in.
I sent
to
a big,
Phil.
long explanation, and I can forward it to you all, because Tim Winters had asked me about it.
Okay.
And I also visited with Lacey about it, and I forwarded her, but I explained exactly what the deal was
Well,
and
Phil
how,
was
you
wanting
know.
to get this cleared up, so
I
he's
think I
been
sent
in
it to you.
contact.
No, I didn't send it to you, I sent it to Lacey, but I can send it to you.
So, yeah, so in other words, because they haven't got their money, they're not gonna.
That's
they're not-
what they told
They don't wanna
Phil.
do the work.
They cannot, until they get paid and pay their contractors, then their contractors will come out and fix these things. And I told Phil that we discussed that, and we still owed $20,000 or $25,000 we knew, but we didn't want to pay them all off for everything, that we wouldn't have any leverage to get them to come back and fix stuff. And Phil asked me how much we still owed, and I said, Phil, we don't owe $120,000 on that. But
They haven't gotten the check. They
Yeah,
had
so technically,
99,000 or something like that.
technically, I guess we do because it hasn't been sent
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
right.
But they have
Technically,
It's about
90,000
100,
in their
almost
bank
100.
account.
Right.
And they could write a check for 90,000 if it would go through your meeting.
But I don't wanna split, you can't split up an invoice
No,
though,
no,
Yeah.
split.
because the
Well, then it
invoice
should have
is
been done
100.
earlier.
Yeah, so,
well,
Well, yeah, it's just shy of 150,000 total.
and we've only been
There's not-
invoiced up to 124.
Right,
So, so they're gonna,
As soon as they get that check, we will be.
what they told Phil was they wasn't gonna be able to get their subcontractors to come out and fix anything until they got paid.
Who does that check go to once, like Monday, once that's
it goes to Crossing Construction.
So can
They can
we,
come pick it
that's what I
up.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
why don't you just tell them, Monday, I don't know how long it takes you guys to do your things
It's
between
being
the two
held,
offices.
I mean, it's already, the check's produced, we're just holding it. Because the PO
We
got.
cannot register a check with a
Right.
negative
Right,
amount in the
I
coffers.
get you,
Right.
right.
And so that's where we're at this point. But at the end of this week, I will apportion at the end of this week.
Oh, okay.
End of
but
this week or next week?
What? wait,
Well, October,
the
it'll
third-
go through on Monday.
No,
Right.
Cindy, I apportion at the end of the month.
Gotcha.
So we're at the end of the month, right? At the end of this week.
Monday, you tell them come pick the check up Monday, right? They can pick up the check on
Whatever.
Monday?
Yeah, they can, I mean, as long as it's appropriated and signed.
Yeah. Monday afternoon.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, that
we-
might be
well,
Monday
because
after the
if you have
excise
to
board's here and everything, we can be good,
I mean,
right?
yeah, but I
Okay.
just can't
So-
register it
Right,
with it
no,
being a negative.
no, I
No, we
get
agree.
that. Yeah, we agree, absolutely. So, just tell them Monday, they can come pick up the check, Monday afternoon.
I'll tell him. I'll
Yeah,
tell him.
yeah.
I say, I haven't been talking to
Yeah,
him, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I just explained to Phil that we had addressed that and we were gonna pay that, and I didn't mention to him about the apportionment that we had to wait, that we had already approved to pay that or whatever. I didn't realize that was what the issue was there. I will call Phil back this
I was gonna say, I thought I
and
emailed
tell
that to him as well, but I don't know that he checks his email really.
Well, probably
Real well.
not. Phil's getting older and he's
Yeah.
tired of everything.
Yeah.
And he's wanting to get this wrapped up. And I said, Phil, he said Wednesday at 10 o'clock they're gonna meet and they're gonna have 3 or 4 board members there. That'd be good. If one of the commissioners could be there, would be good. And then we'd get the bucket list gone over and get it finished, hopefully. So I said, well, yeah, Phil. And he said that the fair went wonderful. People really liked it. And they've had 11 requests since the fair.
I've
for-
taken in money for their rentals a year ahead of time.
Okay.
I
For
mean,
the,
they- That's what I'm saying.
for they're ready, they've had 11 people and Phil said that doesn't account for the 3 or 4 that he's had personal requests come just directly to him. So it's a good deal. I'm just telling you, glad that you can go Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Can you
Okay.
take in the rental for the fairgrounds? What account do you put that in?
We put it in free fare. I checked with the auditors to see if it should go back into, sales tax.
Yeah,
I
that's what I-
assumed that's where it was gonna go, and they said no, that it needs to go into free fare.
Did-
Board.
I'm sure you told them that that's what you were going to do.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Lacey and I talked about
Oh,
it,
okay, yeah.
she came in.
Yeah, as long as I know where.
Yeah, we
where.
were trying to figure out what in the heck to do with it because it's a different animal. It's unique. So that's where we're at.
Good.
And I have the email from the auditors too for that.
What else you got, Madge? What's your meetings this
Oh.
week?
Okay, I've got, I'm meeting with, tomorrow afternoon down in Oklahoma City. We're meeting with PMSI And if you was at the CD meeting, we accepted a bid for 2 semi-loads of the material. They're having an expo deal tomorrow that they're going to talk about paving and different stuff. I'm going to go to that. Donna Head and I are going to go as representing the CED too. Then Wednesday I've got my statewide CED meeting, OCCED board meeting. And I've also got a NODA meeting Thursday. I need to look. I've got a CAB board meeting here that's separate from. I didn't write that down in my book.
What is it again? I'm sorry.
It's CAB board. CAB board meeting.
Yeah, it's an acronym. Stands for County.
County Advisory Board for the state.
Where our
revolving funds come
through.
Yeah. We help with ODOT in between the state on the revolving fund to manage that revolving fund on it, which the revolving fund is down a little bit from what it was last year because of the state legislature money, where they took $1 million out of our account and stuff. But anyway, it's still going to be good, and we have to have turned in by October 1st anything that we want to apply for. And I know Cindy and Pat have both said that they didn't want to apply, and I have not made up my mind yet.
I was wondering, I hadn't heard from them.
Okay, because it's got to be by the close of business day on October 1st, right? So we can do it. So you better put it on the agenda just in case.
Yes,
just
that
in
would be.
case.
That's a good idea. Yeah. We had our utilities meeting out on STP project out on Clyde Road last Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Spent a couple hours out there, went over utilities and things, and of course the water line being under the highway, and discussed that. And we're going to get AT&T is going to move their line from the west side of the road and over to the east side, separate themselves from the water department. The water line is going to locate on the west side of the road, it sounds like. Had a good deal there. And outside of that, we're hauling rock off a couple of oil locations, putting on the road. We've done almost 3 miles of that now from the rock that was donated back to the county from Sand Ridge. So very happy about that. We didn't get a couple tenths of rain on it, so it wasn't enough really to see what's going to happen, but we know that we're going to need a substantial rain on it and to settle it and stuff, but we did pack it in with the packers, and it's done pretty good. So, and that's about it.
What do you got, Pat?
We got just under half inch of rain in concrete, so nothing to really shut us down. So we're back to 5 graders, at least for the time being, until one breaks down again. And so we're running 5 graders and a couple mowers, and sounds like by tomorrow we'll have a full fleet of trucks again. So we're doing that. I'm meeting with Crossland on Wednesday about that, what we just talked about with the fairgrounds. And that's about all I got.
You said you're meeting across on Wednesday? Wednesday.
Last week, we met on our low water crossing. I had Shannon Shepard and Brian Taylor, both with ODOT, met out there on that low water crossing to get some ideas. Met with the landowners as well. The week before, I'd met with a contractor on looking at that flex and that stuff. So Shannon's going to try to draw me up some some ideas on some low water crossings that might work. That's on the polecat, and it's right before it meets with the Pond Creek and the Salt Fork. And when the water comes in, it's not so much when it comes in, but when the Pond Creek finally flushes, that it's at such a high velocity that it swoops out of there. So Shannon, they're all scratching their heads. They're going to try to help me work on some plan, and I'll meet with them again next month to review it and see what they might have came up with, some ideas on that. This week, Wednesday, I have our ACO legislative meeting at down there, and our ACO board meeting. I will be attending both of those. I'm going to try to get with Buddy again this week if I can get a budget, maybe see where we are on our budget. Meet with him again. Go from there. The rain. We haven't had that much rain again. We've about got all of our culverts reset from the last rains that were washed out. We've got one more to set. They're working on that one today. Trying to just stay ahead of it. Mowers, trying to do a little bit of mowing too. So with that, that's about all I've got going on. So with that brings us down to item number 10.
Max's
I make a
favorite.
motion with adjourn.
Second.
Yes, move. Ron seconds to adjourn at 10:56.
Cindy, are you on the ACO board?
Yes, are you? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Am I on the ACO board? No, not anymore.
Okay.
I'm going to the ACO board.
Okay, yeah.